Guys, how you doing? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Alexander Perez. I've been breeding under the prefix Prodigy Kennels. Might give you an insight of who I am. But you're going to notice on your YouTube channel it says Pitbull Talk. Pitbull Talk TV. That's kind of why I'm doing this. You know, hopefully this is a series of one of many videos to come. Just kind of voicing, you know, my thoughts, and I'd love to hear feedback. You know, one of the things is stored semen. That's one of the things I'd like to talk about today. Stored semen, if the dog is overseas, if he's hard to get to, I get that. That's fine. But often enough, I'm looking at people inquiring or wanting to go to or willing to pay an arm and a leg for a dog that's been dead and gone. You know, dog's been gone 10 years. He's been gone 15 years. Now, if you've been paying attention, our breed standard has changed. The dogs that are winning today wouldn't have had a snowball's hells and chance in the 90s, even early 2000s. And those dogs back then don't stand a chance today. Okay? A couple of things I've noticed is, for the most part, not in every breeding program, but for the most part, and some of you might agree with me, some of you might not, and that's okay. I'd love to hear your comments. But we've lost some of the bone. We've lost some of the substance. In my opinion, that's what we've lost. Some of you might think that we shouldn't have had it to begin with. That's okay. I can understand that. I can respect that. But when you sit back and think about it, why? What is it that we missed along the way that all of a sudden, now as opposed to the stock, is the stock we have today not good enough? Is it the males that are out there today not good enough? Why are we looking to go back to a dog? When you think about dog breeding, there was a program on TV, you know, The Evolution of the Dog, and they were quoted, and I believe them, as saying that dog breeding is the fastest growing, it's the fastest and the longest ongoing eugenics experiment in the history of mankind. And I believe it. I mean, we can change from, you know, what seems like 2 or 3 generations right back to back to back. We can change what these dogs look like. Most recently in our time frame, the American Bully. We've seen that. Some of you back then, you saw the Amstaff, you know, change somewhat. We won't get into that right now. We'll get into that later. But, you know, you've seen that. Is it that, what did we miss? If you follow that, the dogs should have gotten progressively better as the breedings continue. We've got the health testing. We've got the clarified breed standard, if you will. So with that done, why do we have to continuously go back to the older dogs? The older dogs don't fit our breed standard. They don't. Not everybody, let me rephrase that. Some people are scared of the big bad bully. So because of that, they've gotten away from the bigger dogs. Now we're left with smaller dogs, okay? Why are we doing that? Why are we constantly going back to the old dogs? I mean, we see, if right now, you know, Deanna has got some semen on a particular dog. It's an older dog. Underpass, sorry. It's an older dog, but once we do that, you sit back and you ask yourself, if she right now were to put it out there and say, I have it, you want it, people will go crazy. People will go nuts. For the opportunity to breed to Top Gun's half-brother, who wouldn't? I would. So talk to me no more, but I would. You know, I'd love to do that. Unfortunately for me, it's a matter of economics. We'll say that. And it's not that I don't have the money, it's just sometimes the money and the outcome doesn't really make sense. I'm not a gambling man. I'm not. But, you know, if we did do that, right now, Top Gun was in somebody's backyard, we bred to him, bang! Then what? What would I do with the puppies? Would you buy the puppies? I bet you wouldn't buy the puppies. They're too big, they're too this, they're too that, Top Gun move like this, Top Gun move like that. right? But why? Why the Inquisition about it? Why do we always want to go to these older dogs? Norman. Oh, let's go breed back to Norman. Let's go breed back to Dude. I'm just throwing names out there. I'm not throwing out particular breedings, if you will. But Lord knows if I had semen on my original stock, I'd go back to it. But I'd go back to it because I could post a picture of him, and he fits today's standard better than he did the standard before, the previous standard. And my most recent dog fits the previous standard better than he does today's standard. So, those are a couple of things. So I'd like to hear about you guys, you know, and some people will say the line breeding, this or that. Well, if we've gotten progressively better and better and better, and the breed has evolved, okay, if the breed has evolved, why do we want to go back to, why would we want to go back to a dog that's been gone for 15 years? Why? And we're doing this with our females, you know. By the way, I must say, we've got some really nice females out there. We really do. The males nowadays, yeah, but the females are getting better and better. That kudos to the breeders, you know, and rightfully so. You know, someone once told me, an Amsterdam breeder once told me, if you have a good male, he's worth his weight in gold. And I believe that. But if you have a good female, she's priceless. So, with that being said, again, kudos to you guys for producing these really nice females. But some of you guys, I'll let you be. Do some research, find out, do the best you can, man. Do the best you can. Humble yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help or advice or something. You know, truly humble yourself and let's move forward. And the reason I say humble yourself is we're left with, we're left with the state of the sport today. That's coming up in the next video. State of the sport. We'll cover that later. But listen, this is Alex Perez, Pitbull Talk TV, and I look forward to hearing back from you guys, alright? Be safe.